Counselor Jake, made undead. Curse your stupidity, Evelyn. Look over there. Your foolish games have brought source hunters into our very midst. I have no time for these distractions. Brachus Rex's resurrection is at hand. Deal with these insects and
Of course, O Holy Conduit, I will deal with them swiftly.
See to it that you do.
You! Your stomping through my affairs has cost me dearly. More dearly than you'll ever know. What a pleasure it will be to see the source. Yes, a sorcerer, disciple of blood, chaser of life everlasting. Brachus Rex, centuries in his grave, will walk again, healthy as a newborn babe. That is our power. The power! That wretch is but a thrall, a tool. But the conduit trusted him. I was determined to find out why, and resurrect. His unwillingness to cooperate has proven something of an annoyance, but no matter. We're nearly through, aren't we, Jake? Just a little more pain. She is our leader. Leandra is her name. But no, you are not worthy of such knowledge. The bird does not explain to the worm why it devours it. He was the greatest sorcerer ever to have lived. His power outmatches us all. He will aid us in our task, Hunter. All you have seen, all we are trying to do. You mean my bloodstone, I suppose? Ha! It was named like that. I'll put it simply. We start with Starstone. A pretty gem, but hardly special. It contains a potential. If imbued with blood, Starstone contains the power to heal. A life given to the stone is to save a great life. A great life must be sacrificed. Considering the imminent turn of the tide, Source Hunter, you should trust me when I say you're better off. I need to dry off.
Bitter gale.
I'll write my next tale in your blood. short work of this scum.
How could that happen?
Darling Arachnid, aid my plight.
Dear dead heaven told me you had landed in Sicile, drawn to my source little corpse like flies to excrement. Well, here I am, a man no longer, a monster instead, the very same. Jake, counselor by day, sorcerer by night. Mean? Do you contest it, huh? You presumptuous dog! I died! Leandra! Leandra! Oh, blessed conduit! And it wasn't to be. I was stuck down in the prime of my sorcery, and by whom? Leandra's own sigh! Ikara! Ikara! I spit on every syllable. They call her the White Witch. She is powerful in her own right, but never would I have thought she'd challenge her sister Leandra and kill very little indeed. What concern was that foul woman of mine? White Witch, perhaps, but she shunned her sister's teachings. Can you believe that? She could have been the very conduit's right hand. Oh, take vengeance upon her, blessed Leandra. I invoke you. Open her veins, bleed her dry. My murder, a tale of woe. The time, a misty midnight. The place, the King Crab Inn. The players, myself, the conduit was there to meet with this stranger and had tasked me to stand ready. I heard sounds of passion at first, but later of angry argument. Then as she swerved past me and, oh, I can still feel the rasp of her holy. The man lay on the floor, struck down and ready for my knife hit. But not a moment later, Ikara burst through the window, and I was defenseless. She savagely tore my life from my body, and I died in the glow of the so foolish grasper. She who thought herself the conduit's favorite couldn't stand that when she realized the conduit had been in the inn the night I was killed. She brought me back to unlife so that I would reveal what I knew. She wanted to work her way back into the conduit's confidence. Yes, yes, the king is dead, for Blackus Rex has no equal hunter. His knowledge of the sword, the hour is nigh. You do not realize it yet, but his act and I am of little use to Leandra's cause now. My worm-eaten rind is an insult to her perfection.
Nothing but rubbish!
May the pain wrought by sword and sorcery stalk this stiff, stirring strumpet beyond the shores of death. Once more she dabbled with flesh like a child with its pudding. She was deaf to the screams of her victims as she made the scalpel glide through it. The true necromancer. It is life he wants to command. Immortality. Achieve this, and the screams of agony will not have thundered forth from tortured throats in vain. They will be forgotten in the maelstrom of time eternal. There. You keep your minds on a tighter leash than a priest his hidden desires. You shy away from the necessity that is taught. What is humanity, after all? But a gathering of germs from which an exalted few may pluck the subject their studies require. Glory be this noble pursuit, tainted as it may be by the blunders of simpletons like Evelyn. Let us eradicate such vermin wherever we find it. Let us seal up every crevice it crawls from. So now to pursue said promise with haste.
Source Hunter, you have done it, haven't you? You've discovered the fate of Counselor Jake. By the gods, no one could have predicted such a dark turn of events. This is worse than my... Forgive me, this news just so very upsetting. This thing. It was the king of tyrants. The embodiment of terror. I do. I do indeed. Brachus would unseat the king of demons in sheer perfidy and malice given half a chance. For the world, for you, and the possibility of his return is more than I can bear. And Ikara, that she has been dragged into this sorry business adds insult to insufferable injury. There have long been rumors that Brachus's corpse was interred in the vaults beneath the abandoned Church of the Seven. That place is crawling with undead these days, so the rumors may well be true. Where Leandra goes, the dead rise left and right. And even in death, the long-lost... Come to think of it, did anyone in Evelyn's lair mention the name Kasab? It's nothing, Hunter. Nothing. My mind is reeling, but I'll feel better soon. After you've cut short Leandra's dark... She is a great woman, Hunter. A champion of all that is good and pure. She may have killed Jake, but then again, I can only surmise that she is on to her sister's sinister schemes, which makes me fear for her safety more than anything else. Leandra. I know her, though I haven't seen her in years. As you know, she and Ikara are sisters. It's hard for me to believe that she's leading this. She's as smart as 10 wizards put together, Hunter. An opponent to be feared. Now, you said Jake and Evelyn called her the Conduit, didn't you? In that case, there's a village in the forests north of Syseal where a new religion has taken hold. Its followers call themselves... This village is called Silverglen. And if my suspicions turn out to be correct, there is sorcery at work there. Alas, I haven't the foggiest. Another sorcerer, perhaps? Or simply another victim of Leanne? The Legion didn't find a second body at the scene of the crime, so maybe he escaped with his life after all. Though, just as likely, his... And I will see if I can find out more about Ikara's involvement. But in the meantime, please pursue Leandra to the old church.
Bringing up Brachus Rex's name alone is enough to turn our friendly neighborhood wizard into a scaredy cat.
I wonder why this ancient spectre spooks him so. Ahu doesn't strike me as the type to scare very easily. And so the mystery is solved. Counselor Jake was murdered by this so-called White Witch, Ikara.
But as it stands, I guess our next concern is Brachus Rex.
Then we know what we must do next. Pursue Leandra.
Agreed.